2010 is old-timey now. We're in the future, my friends. I know a lot of people accuse me of being a parrot in a meat suit using K-pop to spread bird propaganda, but that's honestly...
땡땡 cockatoo.
Hi, welcome. So in today's video, we are finally going to be doing a little review of GIDLE's comeback with DUMDi DUMDi. We're going to talk about why it's familiar, why it's not familiar, how GIDLE have essentially changed, and all of that jazz, everything in between. So if you're interested in this type of content, please let me know by giving this video a like, by subscribing, because I'm trying to reach 150,000 subscribers. After that, I'm done. You can also follow me on Instagram because I'm trying to do a rainbow. We're already in the orange now. Also, I made a playlist on Spotify called Magical K-pop, and I really just wanted to evoke this magical feeling essentially, and wanted to share some of my favorite magical songs with you guys. If you wanted to check that out as well, if you find any new songs that touch your heart, please let me know. I tried to make a really good mix between 2nd gen, 3rd gen, 4th gen. Just songs that have a specific vibe, a specific feeling, I don't know. So let me know if I did a good job. But enough about me, you guys came here for GIDLE, so let's get into this review. So, for the music video, it starts off with this kind of desert landscape and a text that reads, "When the sun strikes the heart of the desert, 6 wandering souls come across each other at an outdated motel where human are barely traceable." There's a special life story behind each soul, and together they end up spending the most burningly compelling day of their lives. So then, of course, we see a setup for each member's quote-unquote character, and then the song starts. So let's talk about that. So for the sound, I've seen a lot of people describe it as a summer song. I 100% agree with that. Definitely a summer sound. But there are a lot of people who are also describing it as this old-timey feeling. So 2010. 2010 is old-timey now. We're in the future, my friends. And maybe, here's a little theory. Maybe we feel like it's kind of old-timey K-pop because I don't think we see a lot of summer songs. Maybe I'm just a little out of touch, but when I think of summer songs, I think of 2nd gen, I think of Sistar, Touch My Body, Loving You, Hyuna, Bubble Pop. I feel like summer songs really were more much of a thing back in 2nd gen. I just feel like we don't see it being done as much. So maybe that's why people have this old time feeling when they're hearing this song, such a strong summer concept. And of course, we have songs that are released during the summer and might have summer vibes, but I'm talking about songs that are inherently summer songs and feature strong summer concepts rather than summer vibes being an afterthought, if that makes sense. But let me know what you think of that theory down in the comments below. Either way, I could totally picture this as a 2010 K-pop song. And I think this might actually be a trend, a trend of bringing back these old time feelings, a trend of bringing back kind of these summer themed songs, very strong in the summer themes. And I think we've seen this as well with Somi's What You Waiting For. So the concept itself isn't inherently summer, but the sound of it all is very reminiscent of a summertime song. Just these very strong feelings from the past. And honestly, I hope summer songs make a comeback because they can be really iconic. But more on the sound though, because it does sound very familiar in my opinion, and I've seen a lot of you guys say that as well. I've seen some people say it reminds them of High School Musical songs. I've never seen those movies, so I don't know. I can kind of see where these youthful elements come in 100%. But for me, I was I couldn't really put my finger on what it sounded like. And then I thought, Minji's Ninano. Now, obviously, the two songs are very different. They evoke very different vibes, and I'm not accusing GIDLE of plagiarism. This is just little similarities, little feelings that are very similar. It's nothing wrong at all. DUMDi DUMDi is very light and colorful. Minji's Ninano to me has much darker vibes to it. But ultimately, I think these two songs just remind me of each other. So I'll play short clips of each side by side. Again, I wouldn't mistake these two songs for each other. I just thought it was a cute parallel. We're only gonna play 5-second clips because Kpop is my enemy too. Now, I don't want to start any rumors, but JYP could never. Now again, I'm not accusing them of plagiarism. That is absolutely not the case here. It's just a similarity that I noticed. But on to more important things. Yes, we need to address the elephant in the room. Or rather, the cockatoo outside. That wasn't funny. Yes, there is an umbrella cockatoo in this music video. So if you don't know, this is what an umbrella cockatoo looks like. And actually I separated this video into super fancy segments as well if you want to skip this whole parrot rant, because I have a little feeling it's gonna be something. So we can tell it's an umbrella cockatoo. But if I'm going to describe it for you guys, essentially the crest is quite big. Moluccan cockatoos have big crests as well, but Moluccan cockatoos have like a pink tint to them, and they have this salmon color in their crest. Umbrella cockatoos have yellow accents. They're also a lot smaller than the Moluccan cockatoo. I need to stop myself. I'm just cut that out. I don't know why every time I talk about parrot handling skills or parrots in general, suddenly everyone becomes an expert. And I'm like, okay, what are your credentials? Not that I have any, but okay, but for real, there is no parrot handling in this music video. But you know what? I can still find something to complain about. Number one, the parrot is out in the open, what I'm presuming is the open desert, and it's not wearing a harness, it's not in a cage. So for captive parrots, this is quite dangerous. So this essentially just leaves them open to attacks from predators, and you also just run the risk of having your parrot fly away. And I know people are going to say, you know you can train a parrot, right? Yes, I'm fully aware, thank you. If there's one thing that is certain about wild animals, is their uncertainty. You should get that tattooed somewhere. That was pretty deep. There's always a risk of that, but because it's your idols, you guys are not ready for that conversation. I feel like people are going to take me so seriously with that. Just listen, if you yourself have a parrot. However, if we look at body language, okay, so we see the parrot, it has its cheek floofs up, which is a super scientific term for a cockatoo's cheek feathers. So when their cheek floofs are up, it means that they're happy or they're comfortable, right? So you can see that the cockatoo is pretty chill, but then we see that it's kind of leaning and moving towards Minnie. This type of body language tells me, pick me up. And if I were Minnie, I would just pick up the bird. Just give it some little head scritches, give it some love. I miss parrots so much. I haven't cuddled a parrot in over a year, and it really breaks my heart. But yeah, I know a lot of people accuse me of being a parrot in a meat suit using K-pop to spread bird propaganda, but that's honestly just defamation. Can I imitate parrots a lot better than Johnny from NCT? Yes, but that's just a coincidence. Anyways, parrot rant aside, this is actually the most different concept that GIDLE have ever done in their careers. If we look historically, of course. So let me take out my K-pop PhD for a second here. So GIDLE, in my opinion, they tend to go for very somber songs with the exception of Uh-Oh, but we'll get into that later. I feel like Uh-Oh still maintains a lot of very familiar elements. You know, let's take a look at La Ta Ta, their debut song. Even just the sound, concept aside, it has these darker elements which followed them into their first comeback with Han. And then of course we have Señorita, which maintains again these elements. And then of course, as mentioned before with Uh-Oh, they went like a different direction, but like it still felt like GIDLE. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't as dark, but dare I say, still a similar wavelength. And you can counter argue that if you would like to in the comments below. But then of course we kind of go back to the beginning with these darker elements with their songs like Lion and Oh My God, which add on this very majestic element. Now I'm not sure if you would consider I'm the Trend a legit comeback, but I digress. If we take away I'm the Trend and go straight to DUMDi DUMDi, of course, it's kind of a real shock to the system, shall we say. You know, it undoubtedly features a very different concept for GIDLE. I mean, a summer concept, I would say, is its own concept in and of itself. Because, of course, they had a certain style that they had stuck to pretty consistently and a certain concept that they had established for themselves, and then they switched it up for something they hadn't really dabbled in before. So I can definitely appreciate that. I think we should again start normalizing this, because when groups do this, it definitely runs the risk of confusing their fans or kind of putting their fans off. Because when you're so used to one thing and then it completely changes on you, like it can be confused. But I feel with the globalization of K-pop, it's more and more important to establish a fan base and keep that momentum. So when you change things up, you can kind of risk disrupting that momentum. And this song for sure is quite different. I mean, instead of sultry and dark, it's very light and fluffy. But I do think we are starting to come around. I think we might be getting more comfortable with the idea as a community, but I'd definitely love to know your thoughts as well. Do you like it when idols change their concepts super drastically? Do you think it shows their duality, or do you prefer them to stay with one concept because it's something that you love, it's what got you into them? So let me know in the comments down below. Okay, so I asked you guys on my community tab what you thought of the song, so let's read some of the top comments. I feel like everyone got to shine more this comeback, and this song is great for summer. However, it's really not my cup of tea. Oh, I didn't tell you guys what I thought of the song. Okay, I'm kidding. I know that's so mean of me, but I really want you guys to wait for my end of the month review for August, where I essentially tier rank every single comeback within August, and I will tell you if this song is Song of the Year, second gen vibes, if it should go into YG's dungeon, or if it is not my cup of tea. So if you didn't see my review for July and apparently June too, you should definitely go check it out. That was such a fun video to make, and I think you guys really liked it too, so I think I'm gonna do it as a monthly thing. The slight whistling part in the chorus was very beautiful. The intro parts were fantastic. All the girls were confident and super interactive and having fun. The song is a bop. I rest your case, my honor. Your honor. They slapped and snapped and nailed it. I-dle better be nominated for Song of the Year. So yeah, that is basically it for this little review. I hope you liked it. If you did, then please subscribe, like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. You can also join my channel memberships. I offer 3 different levels. So cockatoo level 1, you get your name next to Kevin's face. Cockatoo level 2, you get little sneak peeks. And cockatoo level 3, you get to see video earlier than everyone else. So these are the lovely individuals who make up my channel members. Thank you so much for your support. As for me, I'm gonna get going, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye!